All right, y'all. This case that we about to look at is extremely sad. Personally, I think it's a form of child neglect. I don't want to give too much details before watching the video because you'll find out the details along in the video. But yeah, I think it's a form of child neglect for sure. But let's see what it's talking about, and let's see how she reacts, how she feels, what's going on. Let's dissect the problem.
I don't even want to go back to our house because, like, I just remember my little boy. You don't. I'm gonna have nightmares the rest of my life for this.
Newly released body camera video showing the mom's first interactions with law enforcement at the hospital after her little boy drowned in their bathtub. She told police that she stepped away for 5 minutes to change the laundry while he was taking a bath, but then police checked the phone records and say that told a different story. The story of Olivia Elizabeth Miller and her young son Asher. This is an incredibly tragic story. It's a story of a young mom who loses her son in a way that
Right off the bat, I don't like her mugshot photo. I felt like that mugshot photo was very weird. She was sitting there. So off the bat, I don't like the vibe of that for sure.
the judge said was not intentional. But the state of Michigan and the criminal justice system there did see this as a case of involuntary manslaughter. And before I get to the body cam video that we just got and where this case is today, I want to take you back to the day that this happened, November 22nd, 2023. That's when Miller called 911 at 3:38 p.m. and
Precious
told
little boy.
dispatchers that her son had drowned in the bathtub. This was her son, Asher. He was just 8 months old. Officers found him lying face up on the floor and rushed him to the hospital where he died. Miller told officers that she put her son in the tub with just a few inches of water and then went to change the laundry. She said that when she got back to the bathroom, her son was face up in the water and she tried to resuscitate him. We requested the body camera video of Miller's first interactions with officers at the hospital. Most of the more than 40 minutes we received was redacted. But the body cam did show a conversation that Miller had with a police officer at the hospital.
I'm just gonna go over this with him for a little bit. We can't go too far, unfortunately, just because it's a hospital and there's other people that are around. Okay, we can just hang out here so you get a little bit more air, right? You have something else to focus on. And we'll see, I can go check where Keenan is, but then I would have to ask you to stay in the room, but we'll just take a second out here.
Why are we being, like, treated like we're animals right now?
No, we're not trying to treat
Like,
you
I don't-
animals. Like,
I don't even want to go back to our house because, like, I just remember my little boy. You don't. I'm gonna have nightmares the rest of my life for this. I can't bring back my son. I would never imagine him. Like, we were literally just having the best time at daycare today. You know?
and then this happens completely out of the blue.
Like that, like, I don't believe, like, well, I believe in, like, heaven and stuff, but, like, I don't believe that it was his time.
Yeah. I don't believe that either. No, it's never their time, right?
Like, he was supposed to grow up.
Yeah.
It is incredibly difficult to hear a mom, no matter the circumstances of this case, to hear a mom come to grips with what happened in her home as she's talking to this police officer. The officer then asked questions of Miller, like whether she drank alcohol, which she said no, or used drugs, which she also said no. The body cam redacted the audio of her answering questions about any medication she was prescribed and where she worked. The audio then picks up with the officer asking what time Miller put her son in the bathtub.
220? 220? I have no idea.
Okay.
I was sitting there, like, talking to him.
I'm gonna be. I don't want to say biased. That's not the word I'm looking for, but I'm gonna say this off the bat, bro. I don't like the way she's acting. Maybe it's just me, but bro, if I just lost my son in a bathtub, he just drowned. I'm hysterical all day. And I get it, people mourn differently, but bro, it's your child that just drowned in a bathtub. I feel like it's fake tears, man. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. What do y'all think? Y'all let me know. I just would be hysterical for real. For real, for real.
You had mentioned that you had owned the call logs.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the passcode? Oh, good.
Sorry, everyone's been calling me.
Nope, you're good. So it looks like...
Wait, no. Wait down here. 7-second call. It was... I called her a lot today. So.
You called her a lot?
I literally just had gotten off the phone with her. So.
Okay.
I guess maybe it was a lot longer after 3 o'clock. I don't even know. Oops.
And then we called 911 at 3:38.
Okay, so it was at like 3 o'clock. I had the times mixed up.
Okay, is when you put him in the bath?
No, I had put...
Ain't adding up.
possibly to that 911 call.
Something ain't adding up.
So I just had the times mixed up. So we were home for a little bit, but he did take a nap in that like nap chair thingy, and then he wouldn't go down.
And
I left him there for a second.
Okay, and then you called 911.
Yeah.
And then you started CPR.
Well, attempting, yeah. I mean, I did CPR.
Can you explain to me what you were able to do?
Well, I was doing the these things, the compulsions.
Yeah.
And then I put my mouth up to his, and then he puked in my mouth. Okay. And then I almost puked something about.
Yeah.
And then I kept doing it, I kept pushing on. What are you talking about?
Did he ever regain consciousness during that?
No.
Did he scream or cry at all during that? So he puked in your mouth. Okay.
Like he was like there's stuff coming out of his nose, like the water, like
Okay.
kept coming out of his mouth and his nose.
Hey, by the way, what does body cam on Law and Crime prove? It's that the world is unpredictable and having a good lawyer matters, and that's where Morgan & Morgan comes in, the exclusive personal injury law firm of Law and Crime. They're a law firm with more than 1,000 attorneys, and that's because they win a lot. Let me read for you. How about this? A 29 crash for them for easily sink in the soul mill.
Do you want to go sit? This is Olivia.
You don't feel right?
Yeah.
I bet. Do you want to go sit down?
I don't want to sit. Like I feel like I need to do something for someone or something. Like I'm so used to doing something for my baby, and like I'm not doing.
It's going to take time to adjust.
It's just like, have you ever seen this before? Like, is this the only baby that's ever happened to?
No. It hasn't. No.
No, people
Like,
neglect
is
their
this like a
baby all the
normal
time.
thing? Like I don't know. Like I feel like I'm not
Yes.
normal
No,
right
you
now.
won't. And you're not going to feel normal for
I feel like I'm in shock. Like none of this feels real.
I mean, it's not going to for
And
a
I'm
while.
saying everyone's talking about it. It's like it's
What I
not,
want
like,
to do for you is to go find more information so I can give you an update on everything that's going on.
I'm
Are
scared to see him.
Olivia, can you stay with Andrea for right now? Is that okay?
If you just head back that way.
Again, I can't say it enough. This is a really tough story. Police would then
Very
request
tough.
data from Miller's phone, and they say that told a different story than the timeline she originally
Yep.
gave them, and her story changed a bit as conversations went on throughout the investigation. According to an arrest affidavit reviewed by MLive.com, Miller's cell phone data showed she was constantly using her phone in the 21 minutes before she called 911 with only an 18-second break.
Is it me or does this look off to you, bro? She's like dang near smiling. This looks totally off to me. This is prison walls, bro. Taking a mugshot. This is your mugshot. Your son just passed away because of your neglect, and this is your mugshot. Maybe that's just me. I don't like that.
And about 4 minutes before she called 911, she sent her father a text message about her son taking a nap. She then
Hold on.
911.
I'm
She
sorry, I got
constantly
distracted. I gotta hear
reviewed
the
by
story.
MLive.com. Miller's cell phone data showed she was constantly using her phone in the 21 minutes before she called 911 with only an 18-second break. And about 4 minutes before she called 911, she sent her father a text message about her son taking a nap. She then reportedly called her son's paternal grandmother twice and told her the baby had drowned before she called emergency responders on 911. The medical examiner estimated the infant was lying on his back on the floor in Miller's home for 20 minutes before authorities got there. Miller pleaded no contest to a count of involuntary manslaughter in her son's death. As part of a negotiated plea, prosecutors dropped a count of second-degree child abuse. A judge sentenced Miller to a year in prison with a credit of 246 days already served in jail. According to local TV station WOOD, during the sentencing, the judge noted that Miller had no previous record and she has lived as a law-abiding citizen. The judge also said,
Boy, let that be a black mom that did that to their child. That mama would have manslaughter, bro. You can get in jail. You can get in jail for manslaughter for like 5 to 10 years. They gave her 1 year in some community service time. Let that have been a black mama.
that he didn't believe what happened to this young boy was intentional. Joining us now is trial lawyer Randy Kessler to talk about. We were saying before, just before we started. I mean, this is a tough case when you just see it all. The body, Olivia Miller talking to officers. What stood out to you?
I think you said it right when we were talking off camera. Brutal, but not brutal like a brutal murder, but brutal in how it. I mean, just can you imagine going through this? It's just, I think my first reaction is, why do we punish people? Why do we put them in jail? Why do we convict them? And there are three reasons, right? To punish, to rehabilitate, and to prevent future crimes. Well, we don't have to do any of that stuff. She's already punished, right? What bigger punishment than losing your child? Rehabilitate. What does she need to be rehabilitated? And number three, is she ever going to do something like this again? She's never.
Her in shock and kind of going through those waves of emotion as she was talking to this officer. One part that stuck out to me is when she is just speaking to the officer, and the other nurse that was there was like, has this ever happened before? I can't be the only person who's ever been through this. I mean, in your experience as a trial lawyer, I mean,
All right, man. Look, I get it. I have a heart. I feel bad, girl. I feel bad for her son. This whole situation is terrible. I have a heart. I'm not like cold hearted, but it's just I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. It's a tough situation. It's a very tough situation. I just don't like the way she reacted. And granted, I know people react to certain things differently, but if it's your child, like maybe I'm just a freaking crybaby when it comes to mines, bruh. For real, like I'll be bawling my eyes out all day. My eyes would be bloodshot red. But I think, yeah, she felt some type of hurt, but I think not to the point where she could cry all day, if that makes sense, because she knew she was in the wrong, I guess. Like you was on your phone for 20 minutes and then it said like the baby was like face down 20 minutes before you called the police and got some help. Like, why'd you wait so long to call? And maybe you was freaking out, but if it was like a life or death situation where I done did CPR, like I'm calling police like as I'm doing CPR. You sent like two text messages. I don't know if they said like to her mom or mother-in-law or whatever. You sent two text messages to your mom saying the baby drowned, like before you even called the police. I'm calling police soon as I see my baby face up in the bathtub. Like you didn't respond fast enough. And so, and I get it. Like you in shock. I understand. But when it's your child, you have to think on your twinkle toes, bruh. You have to think on your toes. Because what if you called them right away and it was a more slight chance of bringing your baby back to life, but because you freaked out in that moment and was sending text messages before you called, you like kind of delayed the time on what could have happened, you know? So I don't know. I'm gonna just leave it at that though. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Do you think her reaction was kind of off? Do you think her mug shot was off? Because I thought so, but y'all might think something differently. I don't know. That'll wrap it up for this one, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Deuces.